Alvarez fans are perplexed. They don't know how to feel. They want to celebrate David Benavidez beating Demetrius Andrade, but if you celebrate that, that would bring David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez into light, and that would put a demand on it, and that would basically show the world which way he's supposed to be going next. And they don't want him to go that way, but they want to celebrate Demetrius Andrade losing, but he supposedly was nobody. But the interesting thing that I found out through this whole thing is during the whole build-up with David and Andrade, nobody was dissing Andrade. Nobody was talking about he's a bum, he's this. Everybody was giving Andrade props. Everybody recognized how dangerous Andrade was. Everybody recognized how talented Andrade was. Everybody recognized what such a good fighter Andrade was when Benavidez was fighting him. Notice nobody had any problems giving him his props. Everybody recognized that he was the most avoided. Everybody recognized that people didn't want to fight him. Everybody recognized he was the boogeyman. It was no denying that during this whole press conference. It was no denying that. Okay, everybody recognized that this dude was the goods. You know, until he fights Canelo Alvarez, then he's nothing. He fights David Benavidez, he gets all the respect in the world. So they're confused. You know what I'm saying? They want to say ha ha nana boo boo, but then that puts David Benavidez right in front of the guy that they don't want him to have no parts of. So they're confused, man. They don't know what to do, because truthfully, there's nowhere else to go but a David Benavidez fight. There's nowhere else to go. Now, this is one thing that y'all gonna have to understand. All right, the Jaime Munguia thing, that's super embarrassing. All right, but you said no to Crawford because he supposedly ain't nobody or whatever. He ain't big or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As of in the sport right now, Crawford is bigger than David Benavidez, but I'm going to digress. So you don't want to give him a shot, right? Then you turn around and the guy that you're supposed to fight, David Benavidez, you don't want to give him a shot either? What's going to be his use? The point is, there's nowhere else we should go from here. For boxing to allow anything else to happen with Canelo besides this, it's going to prove the undeniable bias that's been in boxing since I can remember, which therefore will press the issue is, if the face of boxing is not taking on the challenges and what he's supposed to take on, what do you look like criticizing these other fighters who's got nowhere near his list of accomplishments, his list of notoriety, or his type of money that he has got? So what do we look like talking shit about them when the face of boxing ain't even doing what's necessary to represent the sport in the right way? And the fact that you guys are not going to pressure him, the fact that you are not going to care, it makes it look very lopsided when you're looking at people like Gervonta and you're pressuring the living shit out of him. Devin Haney, you're pressuring the living shit out of him. Shakur Stevenson, you're pressuring the living shit out of him. But the face of boxing can fight sparring partners coming off of a freaking loss. Enough of this crap. The dude is a straight clown. And all this because you guys want to coddle the Latin fan base feelings. The Latin fan base know that Canelo Alvarez is a complete joke. They know that. I'm sorry, I know they had hopes of creating their own Mayweather. A lot of them feel like that. They will never do it. It's over with. Canelo is one of the biggest jokes, period. One thing that he can do is piece this together and do the right thing and pass the freaking torch, man. Pass the freaking torch. We know you not real. We know you really ain't got it no more. That's fine. You carried the sport for as long as you could, and that's appreciated. Now, pass the freaking torch, because we're sick of seeing these fictitious boxing matches with you. You did all that you could do. You held up boxing. You held up Mexico. You did your job, bro. I'm not mad. I understand the politics. Now move aside and let David, because at least David's going to take the challenges that you don't want to. And at least he can represent the Mexican fashion in ways that you can't. So pass the freaking torch, bro. We know that you done, and you can continue to fight these fictitious ass fight, and people will still love you for it. But for the most part, Canelo, you being greedy, bro. You being real greedy. You don't want nobody to have to shine but you, man. Get this man his damn shot. And wasn't y'all talking? I don't know. I think Canelo can beat David Benavidez. Or wasn't y'all saying that with his last performance? So go ahead, let us roll, man. I'm sick of having to beg professional boxers to fight. It doesn't make no sense, man.